welcome to the VSM Academy today, a School of Arts and Science. Let us discuss about the physics today: electricity, electrostatics, electric charges, positive, negative, lightning arrestor, gold leaf electroscope, distinguish between static and dynamic electricity, Coulomb's law, inverse square law of magnetism, Newton's law of gravitation today. Well, friends, VVSM Academy deals and teaches about physics, that is static electricity. Electricity, it is a form of energy produced by charges. Do you know? Charges are of two types, positive and negative charges. Anyway, the static electricity, charges at rest; the current electricity, charges are moving. It is the accumulation of excess of electric charges, positive or negative, on a body. The charges are transferred from one body to another and remain at rest on its surface. Example: comb rubbed with hair gains electrons, becomes negatively charged, attract pieces of paper. In current electricity, charges are moving. Flow of free electrons, charges in a particular direction constitute an electric current or current electricity. Well, what is lightning? In the rainy season, we will come across lightning and thundering, my dear friends. It's a common phenomenon in the rainy season. Clouds will have positive charges as well as the negative charges. Charges are of two kinds, as I told you already, positive and negative charges. What is static electricity? Charges at rest. The rate of flow of electric charges Q1 and Q2 from the one region to another region of a conductor or a medium. What is lightning? Current in which flow from negative to positive areas or regions. For example, clouds are having both magnitude of and direction as well as the negative and positive charges. The mighty dark clouds having negative charges collides with the positive charges, having a wonderful phenomena of science occurs there, known lightning and thundering. And the thundering will have relating to the sound and lightning. Lightning first we perceive, and the thundering because of the velocities of the sound and the light concerned. Well, friends, lightning strikes the CN Tower in Toronto, Canada. 1,814 feet tower, 553 meters, is struck about 80 times a year, but long copper strips running from the top of its antenna down to 52 varied grounding rods on the charges according to the Toronto Star News. This is the tower of CN Tower of Toronto. Well, static electricity is a stationary electric charge typically produced by friction, which causes sparks or cracking, the attraction of dust or hair. Lightning arrestor consists of spikes on the top, and it is attached or situated or fixed to the top of the building to protect the buildings. Lightning arrestor is a device used in electric power systems and telecommunication systems to protect the insulation and conductors of the system from the damaging effects of lightning. The typical lightning arrestor has a high voltage terminal and a ground terminal. This is a lightning arrestor which is situated at the top of the building, my dear friends. It protects the building from lightning and thundering. What is electroscope? An electroscope is an instrument used to detect the presence of charge and the nature of charge on an object. It consists of brass disc, brass rod connecting, and a glass bottle is covered with that metal foil, which is the gold leaves, and at it is situated to recess. It is a very sensitive and delicate instrument. Electroscope are of two types: pith ball electroscope and gold leaf electroscope. Which is most popular is gold leaf electroscope. An electroscope is an early scientific instrument used to detect the presence of electric charge on a body. It detects charge by the moment of test object due to the Coulomb electrostatic force on it. The amount of charge on an object is proportional to its voltage. Well friends, in physics the magnetic Coulomb's law is the magnetic equivalent of the electric Coulomb's law. An important difference is that at the present state of knowledge, magnetic charges, that is magnetic monopoles, however, with the aid of the long bar magnet, the force between the poles can be measured reasonably and accurately. The Coulomb force is inversely proportional to the square distance between the magnetic poles Q1 and Q2 with the pole strengths. Repulsive between like poles NN and SS, that is north-north and south-south, like poles repels and unlike poles attracts, north and south pole it attracts together. Another difference with the electric Coulomb's law is that SI unit there are two common measures of amount in magnetism, that is magnitudes Q1 and Q2. This is due to the fact that there are two closely related vector fields giving the magnetic force. There is a magnetic field H and the magnetic induction B, which are related in vacuum and SI units through. B is equal to mu naught H, where mu naught is the magnetic constant. These are the equations related to F is equal to the vector quantity Q1 and Q2 4 pi mu naught R square, which is equal to mu naught Q1 and Q2 by 4 pi square. This is very important equation related to the electrostatics. Let's discuss in the forthcoming classes. Coulomb's law. Charles Augustin de Coulomb is a great scientist in the physics. He tells about the Coulomb's law. According to static Coulomb's law, stating that like charges repels and unlike charges attracts, or opposite charges attracts with a force directly proportional to the product of the charges Q1 and Q2 and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, which is equivalent to this F is equal to K, which is constant Q1 and Q2 divided by R square, where K is the constant and the Fe is the force, K is the Coulomb's constant, 8.987 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square coulombs per coulomb square. Q1 Q2 are the sign magnitudes of the charges and R is the distance between the two charges. Newton's law of universal gravitation. According to Newton's law of gravitation, the attractive force between the two point-like bodies is directly proportional to the product of their masses m1 and m2 and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, that is Fg is equal to G into m1 m2 by R square, where Newton tells about the universal law of gravitation, which comes in astrophysics also. Let us discuss. Thank you. Like, subscribe and share.